Hello and welcome to Dampsam Reacts videos, or the Damp Show, whichever one you want to take. And it's by the Trades Training School. It's got 104,000 subscribers, which that's some going, isn't it? That's some 104,000 subscribers. That's a lot. I'm going to subscribe. So yeah, we'll subscribe. There you go. So, and we'll have a look. We'll see what they've got to say for themselves and see if they're up to standard. So on with the show. Ralph first. Come on, Ralph. A 6-week diploma. Is this in plastering?
How to plaster the wall. Prepare the wall first to control the suction. Coat it with PVA. Let that set up, and then you start plastering it.
How long would that take to set up?
It depends on the temperature in the house. Wherever you are, it can take 3-4 hours. It could take overnight. I prefer myself PVA the night before, good thick coat, and then plaster it the next day. Doing it the same day, you can risk it sliding. So what you would do, any cracks in the wall, you pop a bit of scrim across it. Any misses when you've been PVAing, if you see it dry, you see a dry patch, pop a bit of scrim across it. Stops it drying out. At first, you'll not get it on as thin. You'll not get it on as thin as that. You'll be a bit heavier at first, and then you'll get used to spreading it as you get.
First observations on Ralph. Bit down his top. That's standard for a plasterer. But look at that. His trowel is absolutely spotless. The trowel, Ralph takes pride in his work, and I can tell that this has been scraped down, because when you're working, you get a film builds up here. You'll see a lot of dirty bastard plasterers, and they just they never scrape this down. This is stainless steel, so all it takes is a bit of water on it, a sharp scraper, and that'll come off in 2 minutes. Fucking hell. They're getting fucking closer. It's on front row. I think they ought to have all have a set of goggles on each. They're fucking covered. He's mixing up. He's like splashing all over him in the face. Always wear a dust mask, especially if you're fucking that close. Fuck's sake. Old fucking beardy, you're like, you're nearly 18 it, isn't he? What's he doing with Haaland trowel? So you'll have all heard of Haaland at Man City. This is a trowel that's named after him. This is what's called a Haaland trowel. So these are for throwing pebble dashing in, and fuck knows what he's going to do with this, because it won't fit in bag. You'd be better off just picking that up and putting it in. It's been fucking rolling in it. Have they been fainting on floor? Got all this all over his back. How the fuck do you get it on your back? Eh? I mean, I've been in some states when I first started plastering, but I've never had it fucking on my ass and on my back. Fucking hell. Hiya, Dampsam here. I really hope you're enjoying our video. Did you know, if you want to watch a full unedited version of this, if you become a Damp fan, Dampsam's Damp fan, for $2.99, which is as much as an expensive cup of coffee up here and a Percy Tenner's pork pie. So if you press that button and become a Damp fan, you can watch a full unedited version of this. Now, let's get back watching this bit, eh? See you in a bit. Bye-bye now.
Right, now we clean the wall. Best way to do it, I find to do it, take a line along as high as you can, and then plaster up to it, then you go up and bring the top down to meet it. So, any scrims up, go over them first, pull the scrims up. That's it. Now just take your line across the room.
Mate, you need to stand on Chestle, because them fuckers are
A wee bit for the edge. For yourselves.
Got one Chestle, there's that on it.
Come back and meet them. Then you're ready to coat up the wall. You've got to do with yourselves, I start to use close to the wall, not so much in the middle, so you're not putting too much when you're going to the edge and risking spewing it round the corner. So basically, when you're doing it, you're starting to do it here, up, back down, and then you would be very little from the edge out to meet it. Whereas when I would be doing it, I'd normally start with that, tight to the edge. Depending on the shape of your wall, differs how thick you have to be on, because if the wall's bumpy, you've got to build up quite a bit. So you'll be.
To be fair, you know, telling starters about thicknesses and 2mm and 3mm, they ain't gonna have a fucking clue. Once they start putting it on, all they're bothered about is covering wall. They're not fucking getting the measurement out and thinking 2mm. Even from when I started, I've never even once considered how thick I'm putting fucking plaster on. I think when I was learning, they put it in your mind, but when you work with people, you can see that it needs spreading out. And when people are telling you 2mm here, 3mm here, and 1mm and 3, it confuses you even more. Basically, it needs to be an even coat. I don't know that across the bottom though until we put it on. So it needs, I think.
And the angle of that trowel is quite flat, innit?
You've got to try and keep the trowel as flat as, but if you open the trowel up, you just scrape the plaster off again.
Sometimes you need to not scrape it off, but sometimes once you've got it on, you can take it from one area, put it on another, take it on, and that's when you're doing your flattening off. But he just mentioned about Ralph's trowel. It's a good trowel. That I can tell he's had that while. He's looked after it. I'd have that off him. So you know you get you've got these farmers and they go to market and they've got like you know, we look at them and we go, fucking hell, buying a fucking sheet for £25,000. Well, in plastering world, a good Brockling trowel, decent trowel, is worth more than a new trowel. So you'd think that that'd be the other way around. An old fucking knackered trowel, they're not. They get better through age. A bit like us. Us plaster, well, some of us. Hey, Ralph.
You've got to try and keep it as flat as possible.
Just a caveat. I reckon me and Ralph, we're around about the same age. No, really, yeah. I reckon Ralph's. He might have been a couple of years older than me at school. So I'm 56. I think Ralph's probably. Is in it up to 60 maybe. He might have been in 40 years. It's not flattened off. It's putting a second quiet on.
Basically, that's it. You're not want to have. I try not to have any trail marks between there and as high up as I can reach. So I'm going to bring that right down and off down here.
See, I don't know whether he's going straight into second quiet here. So it's bad practice if he is, because. But that might have been troweled up. I don't know. An old pro like Ralph, I wouldn't have thought that'd have been his flattening off. I think he's teaching these to basically it's kind of one quite in it. I know he's done it in 2 applications, but it's like one mix. So and you can do that, you know what I mean, if you're good, but if they're going to teach them how to do it correctly, they need to be teaching them to put a quite on, then flatten off, make sure there's no lines in it, and then your second coat. But as Ralph said, their technique is to just get it on. And listen, if they're teaching young'uns just to get it on, because this might be not on site, this is where they're practicing, then you know that might be the best way. They've probably been doing it for years and years. And they've probably found that best way is just tell them to get it on, make sure it's all on.
So once the wall's coated, all you're doing now is clean the tail line, let the stuff take up slightly. You don't want to leave it too long. Technically, when you're putting it on, you get 20 minutes each coat. Then after 55 minutes to the hour, you want to trowel it flat, make sure it's flattened in, or you're making sure it's getting rid of all the hollows. You might still leave a few light lines.
Again, I mean, I don't know where he's got all these figures from, old Ralph, but seems to be a bit of a stato on about thicknesses, timings, how far plaster goes. It's all, it's all good stats, but means fuck all, because it all depends on a lot more factors. So humidity in property, heat, how warm it is. When you put water into it, you mix it up, and as you get it to like a consistency like that, a lump, and then you put it on, it starts to harden through a process called hydration. So all water starts evaporating out of it, and sometimes it evaporates out quick, and sometimes it evaporates out slow, and that depends on environment, and a couple of other factors. So background suction and a load of other stuff that's a bit more technical. So if you're only bothered about getting it on and putting plaster on, then I don't know what stage these are at. So yeah, let's see what he's got to say.
But as it firms up, the lines come out of it. So you don't need to worry about the lines as you're going.
Just rattling there. See, I'd have just gone over that once, because it's not firming up.
So seeing that stuff on the wall, you just take it in. Fucking steps. Who put their fingers in the
I'll edit that.
Kids, so Ralph then, he's just had a bit of a wobble with his dodgy hip, and if we're off balance, he's put his hand on the wall. What you should do then is straight over to water bucket, wash it off, or get a cloth, wash it off on your trousers, then grab your trowel. But he ain't, he's had muck on his hand, and he's put it straight on his handle of his trowel. That's how you end up with calluses, because you end up with shit on your handle. It hardens up, and then you ain't got that soft handle. But if you want calluses, take after Ralph.
So on there, get that stuff off here.
Is it at this? Is it at this point that we should be taking the edges in all the time? Yeah, after your first two coats. Once it starts to set, then you start cleaning your edges.
Just get them clean, and then that's them. You've not got nothing left on your ceiling. You can't bring any lumps down. Because if I went through here, pushed that in, dragged it down, I could have a dry bit, it would leave a line.
Yeah.
Right.
So get the stuff off. You could actually, it's still too soft to put any water on it. So what you want to avoid now is having your trowel too open. If I open this out, I'm dragging loads of stuff off.
See, again, he's talking about having his trowel open and closed and stuff like that, and people who are first learning. I mean, to me, I know what he's on about, but it's still. I probably won't use the term open, having it open and closed and stuff like that. You just need to show him, just show him on wall, that angle.
And you've got to watch, if you have it too open, you can make like tiger stripes on the wall, which you're not wanting. To do that, you just got to...
Your tiger stripes come from, he's got that wrong again. Your tiger stripes on a wall comes from not flattening your first coat off. So all them lines that he had, and then he put his second coat over the top of it, well, them lines will be set in first, because it's thicker plaster, and thicker plaster it sets quicker because there's more of a heat reaction, and that's why you get them lines, what we call tiger stripes. So they know what to do with your top coat, the more to do with your first coat. This is why you need to get your first coat as flat as you can without any lines in, because you don't want to get tiger stripes. And that's neat, that's neat, that's neat, that's neat. I really love your tiger stripes. Yeah, it's got trainers on.
Always fill it up.
He has, I know.
The opposite way when you're cutting.
So
my
kids, you know, if you're ever going on site, you definitely need some decent work boys. So make sure you invest in your work boys. So I mean, these are old school. These, so basically, I mean, he's got proper work trousers on, but then he's wore. I mean, surely he never wore them fuckers when he went out. Fucking hell, they're dreadful. So what I'm saying is, you need steel toe caps. If he drops something on there, something heavy, he can have his foot off. So always invest in. If you're going to invest in any part, any workwear, the ones that you need to invest in most is your work boots. I don't know whether they're work boots or not. Don't look as if he's got a steel toe. Well, he does. That, yeah, that definitely work boots. Then, well done, young man. But he wants to fucking swap with him. So this lad here has got work trousers on, no work boots, just these dreadful fucking things. This lad here's got work boots on, with fucking drain pipes on, drain pipe jeans. If they swapped over, at least one would have a decent set of fucking clothes, wouldn't it? Get to end the wall. I will just close it off here. So that's Ralph plastering a wall. I know they're going to teach people to do. I thought they were actually going to be teaching people, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching somebody else, well, somebody around about my age, maybe a bit older, doing it old school, talking about how he does it. 'Cause it's nicer to see somebody older than these young'uns doing it, thinking they fucking know everything. But props to Rolf. Well done, mate. I don't know how much they pay you, but it's definitely not enough for your hips. So that's Dampsam. I'm going to close it off here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to go on. If you want to join our membership, go on to YouTube and sign up. $2.99 a month. Sonic price of a coffee in it, and you get extra videos. So extra videos like these, bit more sweary, bit more Larry, and uncut, even uncut. So this one probably, well, this has probably been cut down. It's a lot longer than what I normally do, but this were a long video. So we've come to end. Like I said, we've got a Facebook page as well. If you want to go on that, why is my property damp Sam? And you can post your videos and your photos of your damp areas, and we will try and point you in the right direction. It's a big community, and we've seen everything. So we've seen all types of damp. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's Dampsam. You have a brilliant rest of your day, a fantastic week, and I hope you get everything that you want. So that's Dampsam signing off. Until next time. Bye-bye.